Yo, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. What is going on here? I wasn't even trying to go live today. I was not even trying to go live today. Like, I saw the weigh-in. I saw the tweet from Manny Pacquiao's. No, I see someone repost the tweet. And I said, oh, this is some great artwork. Like, this is definitely Photoshop. There's no way Manny Pacquiao is fighting Errol Spence. There's no way. Yo, bro. Yo, this is crazy. Yo, why are they playing with our minds, man? Yo, why are they doing this to us, man? Why are they doing this to us? This week is crazy. First of all, we get in the undisputed fight tomorrow. Then we got hit with the mega bomb that Tyson Fury and Joshua is not happening. And then we get slammed. I'm low-key even more excited than the Joshua. Like, yo, I hate boxing, man. Yo, I hate boxing. I hate boxing. Why are they doing this to us? Yo, y'all in the comments. Why are they, Lincoln Clay, why are they doing this to us? Shadow boxing. Everybody is here. Aunt Mugga. What's good? Why are they doing this to us? Why? Oh my God. Yo, I don't even want to talk to y'all. I'm about to turn this off, man. Yo, this is crazy. Yo, Manny Pacquiao's official Twitter. Somebody must have hacked this Twitter. Let me see if it's still up there. This gotta be. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. Yo. Nah. Let me go on Twitter right now. Yo, this gotta be fake. Let me just confirm. Did anything change up? Cause I don't this can't be real. They ain't take it down yet? Oh, they ain't even take it down yet, yo. They ain't take it down yet. Yo. This is not fake. This is on Manny Pacquiao's official Twitter. Oh my God. Oh, yes. Yo, the boxing gods finally held us down. Like, yo, you know what? They, Fury, Wilder, Joshua, they don't want to take care of it. You know what? We're going to take care of y'all. We're going to give you this fight. And we're not even, this came out of nowhere. Jesus Christ. Like, why did they do this to us, man? Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old. Yo, how many generations is it? Is this his fourth? This is his fourth generation, and he's going to fight Errol Spence? That's crazy. Oh, my God. I think this might be the best news I heard in boxing in a long time. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm trying to, like, before I was trying to prepare this video, I'm like trying to think in my head, like, all of this means so much. This means so much. It means so much in so many different ways because first, I'm thinking like, all right, regardless of who how you feel about Spence, how you feel about Pacquiao, if Pacquiao were to win, this is the first thing I thought, and I said this when I made the Terrence Crawford fight because what happened like a month ago, Terrence Crawford, Bob Arum said that we would get announced a big fight. So we thought Bob Arum was setting up the Pacquiao fight with Bud, right? So I made a video talking about it like, hey, you know what? It's not real yet. It's not a confirmed, but this is what I think if Bud and Pacquiao was going to fight, right? And I said in that video, I said, yo, what if Manny Pacquiao actually win, right? Like, what if he wins this shit? What if he beats Bud? Where do we rank him, right? So I'm thinking that automatically today, like he's gonna fight Spence, and Spence is unified, and he's a proven welterweight. He's more proven than Bud as a welterweight, right? We can all agree there, right? Regardless if we think Bud is better, Spence is better. This video is not about that. As a welterweight, Spence got it right now. As a welterweight. So if Pacquiao is able to come back again, he already beat Keith Thurman, and beat Errol Spence, prime Errol Spence, what? Like, where do we rank? Like, yo, let me know. Like, where do you rank Pacquiao? We got to have a serious discussion about that shit. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but the fact that he's even getting in a ring with Spence, then there's another thing too. I'm like, all right, how did they make this work out? You know, how did they even work this out? Where is this fight happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is this even happening right now? Like, is it happening in Vegas? Is it going to be in Saudi Arabia? How much money are they getting paid? Like, I am interested and I am curious in knowing, like, how is this made? Because, yo, we got no talking. There was no rumors going around. They didn't even hit us with no, like, hints. We thought Spence was going to fight Ugas. And then the Ugas situation. That's another thing. I'm like trying to get this video together, trying to get this camera. The Ugas situation. Ugas is officially the WBA champ, right? How does it work? And I said this in the Terrence Crawford. If you guys saw the Terrence Crawford video, I'm repeating a lot of things that I said before, right? The Ugas situation, Pacquiao is champion on recess. So he didn't get stripped. So Ugas got the belt, but Ugas is not scheduled and he hasn't fought since they gave him the belt. So should they give Pacquiao the belt back since he's scheduled to fight Spence? Like, all right. I told you guys before, when you go a certain period of time, and for Pacquiao, it'll be 2 years, right? Yes, a fighter should be stripped, like without a doubt. And I know there was a pandemic, but still, even with the pandemic, it's been a long time. Like 2 years is a long time, right? So to be fair, Ugas, you know, Pacquiao should have been stripped. But at the same time, Ugas is not scheduled, and Pacquiao's fighting before him. So he should be given his belt back. Like, this should be a unification fight. 3 belts should be on the line. And I'm not, listen, there's nothing against Ugas. Listen, if you're not feeling what I'm saying, you could dumb it down and say, you know, Ugas should keep the title. But if we being real, Ugas didn't defend the title yet, right? He got awarded the title because Pacquiao's out on recess. But if he's not out on recess and he has a fight scheduled and Ugas hasn't defended the title yet, yo, they should give Pacquiao the belt so Spence and Pacquiao could fight for 3 titles. I mean, let me know in the comments. Yo, shout out to Eric C. Thank you for the donation, man. Just joined, but are they really fighting? Listen, Pacquiao's official social media, Twitter, and I think it's on Facebook as well. I think it might even be on IG. Pacquiao's official social media account has the poster. Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, August 21st. I don't care about nothing else right now, yo. I don't care about nothing else right now. I don't even know what to do with myself. And we got a great fight tomorrow, you know, and you know, I feel bad because, you know, Josh Taylor, shout out to Josh Taylor, shout out to Jose Ramirez, but this news is crazy. I don't want to talk about nothing else right now. Shout out to everyone that's joining up. Make sure you smash that like button. We got a lot to talk about. I was about to run out. This news caught me. I was about to run out, man. I wasn't even about to go. I have so much. It's so much. Now, another thing, the WBA. All right, so we talked about that. We got a lot to talk about. We got more videos because I got to let this digest. Pacquiao, where do we rank him if he is to win? All right, that's something we got to talk about for the future. The WBA situation. Hopefully, they let us know soon. How's that going to work? I think that they should let Pacquiao fight for his title, being that he, you know, he's coming back. And Ugas hasn't defended the title. So I think this should be a 3-belt unification, right? To be fair. The third thing is, what happened with Terrence Crawford? How did that fall through? Was Bob talking about Manny Pacquiao? I'm sure he was. What happened with that? What happened with that? Like, now I'm like, yo, this is not a 50-50 fight if Errol is to win. If Errol is to win, that changes the whole dynamic now. You know, like, damn, this is a big blow for Terrence Crawford because he actually really needed this. And from what I thought was Manny Pacquiao was pretty much a free agent. I didn't know he was still signed with the PBC. Maybe he's just signed with him for this deal. I'm not sure. All right. But what is going to happen with Bud at this point? There's still hope that the fight can happen between Spence and Bud if Spence wins. All right. But we'll see what happens with that. And even if Pacquiao wins, hopefully we could get a Bud fight. Hopefully we could get unification. That would be great. But this fight right here, right now, this is crazy. All right, real quick, yo. Let me go through the comments. Who do y'all got winning this fight? Who do y'all have winning right now? Who do y'all have? I need to know. I need to throw Pacquiao, Spence. Let me know who you guys got winning today. We could switch it up later. You know, we could study the fighters. Who do y'all have winning? This is how I feel. Pacquiao, as courageous as he is, as legendary as he is for even taking this shit, I can't see him beating Errol Spence right now. And I think he's going to give Spence some issues early on because no one is going to be prepared for that speed. All right. No one's going to be prepared for Pacquiao. But as time goes on in a fight, the youth is going to start. We're going to notice the difference in the youth and the ages. All right. The activity, the size difference, the stamina. I'm predicting Spence to win. I got Spence winning. As courageous as it is, I knew Pacquiao was going to beat Thurman. Shout out to Anzi. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate the support. As courageous as this is, and this is crazy for a guy that's over 40 years old, fighting one of the best fighters in the world right now, in his prime. He's not fighting Spence right after the accident. Spence proved that he can still get busy, right? He proved that already, right? You saw what we did. He did to Danny Garcia. Cool. He's fighting him while he's been back in the ring. He's actually more active than the older fighter. I got to give it to Spence, man. I got to give it to Spence. Only because as good as Pacquiao looked against Thurman, Pacquiao did slow down. And Thurman won the second half of that fight. Pacquiao for sure won the fight to me. But the fight was a lot closer than what I was. Was I here live? No, I wasn't here live. But I remember watching that fight. And I remember saying, yo, I think Manny Pacquiao is going to stop Keith Thurman. You know, remember like the 4th, 5th round when he was just punishing Thurman? I thought Pacquiao was going to really stop him at some point because he was beating up Thurman like bad after like the first 5 rounds or so. But then Pacquiao started to slow down, you know, and Thurman started to pick up those rounds. And listen, Spence is a whole different animal. Spence is going to put the pressure on you. He's trying to put the beats on you later. We know he has great conditioning. That's one thing about Errol Spence. He turned into a dogfight, even if he's being outboxed early. All right. Even with Pacquiao's speed and the timing and everything, even if he's going to do that, and he will, trust. Spence is going to catch some early. But once Pacquiao slowed down and that age start coming into play, and we go into the 7th, 8th, 9th round, Spence, the bigger man. All right, the guy that's going to be throwing, the volume is going to be a lot more. He's bigger. He's going to start walking Pacquiao down. He's going to stop picking up rounds. Again, appreciate Pacquiao for doing this, man. I'm really happy that Pacquiao is even giving these guys the opportunity, whether it was going to be Bud or Spence. I'm glad that he's giving at least one of them the opportunity. Like, we gotta be real about this, man. We can't hate on nobody right now. All right. Shout out to my bro, Punch Drunk Boxer, man. Appreciate it. This is why Manny Pacquiao is Manny Pacquiao. Manny fights Spence, Floyd fighting Jake Paul. I'm convinced Pac is not human. Absolutely. Absolutely, yo. Yo, what is Pacquiao doing? What is he doing? He could have fought Mikey Garcia. Yo, the Mikey Garcia. Yeah. I see you. Eliezer, yeah. Yo, listen. He could have fought Mikey. And you know what? That's a good fight. It's a good fight. You know? That would have been cool. Like, that's still a very good fight. But he gonna fight the guy that damn near stopped Mikey? Like, shut him out? He's gonna fight him? That's crazy. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao, man. He's crazy. I don't think there's any kind of money that, I mean, I'm sure he's getting paid, obviously. He's definitely getting paid, but yo, he's really going out like, yo, you can really get stopped. You're fighting someone so dangerous right now at your age. You can really go out getting stopped. You're risking it all. We already know you great. You didn't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Bud. Even if he fought Bud, this would have been the same video. Like, this is why I really think that Pacquiao, I hope the WBA do the right thing. And to you, some of you, it might not be the right thing, but to me, I think the honorable thing to do is let Pacquiao fight for that WBA title and let this be a unification. Seriously. You know, this dude should definitely be fighting with his title. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect the Ugas. I understand he was looking for his title, but this is one of those situations. As much shit as we see with the sanctioning bodies and how they move, right? Especially the WBA and the WBC, the way they move, do your job here and let the right man fight for the title. Now, if it was Spence and Ugas, of course. All right. Yeah, I could see it. You know what I'm saying? If if Ugas was scheduled for a fight to defend his title already, I would understand that. But the dude's not even scheduled right now. Showtime just gave us a schedule of fights coming up. It didn't include Ugas. Ugas for right now, what we know is that Pacquiao is fighting Spence. That's official. So Pacquiao should be defending his title, man, because he didn't lose it. You know? I see y'all. Shout out to my bro, Captain Crochet. I see you. You know, everybody's talking about Mayweather fighting Jake Paul, you know. And Mayweather, listen, and Mayweather, we don't even need to talk about that because Mayweather fought the Japanese dude, MMA fighter, with just using hands. Mayweather fought Conor McGregor, which was a good fight because, you know, Conor is a real fighter. He's not a real boxer, but they were able to secure the second most grossing pay-per-view of all time. So that's understandable. But for Pacquiao to be taking a Spence fight, you know, Mayweather could have definitely fought Spence. He could have definitely fought Thurman. He could have definitely fought Terrence Bud Crawford. You know, he could have definitely fought one of those guys. All right, so he didn't. You know. All right. Yusuf, thank you for the donation. It's unlikely, but just imagine Pacquiao beating Spence with a couple of knockdowns along the way. How would you rank and wave? Listen, that's what I started this video out with. This is what I started it out with. Like, Where do we rank this guy if he is to win? Where do we rank him? Like, yo, if you say he's the greatest of all time, I'm not going to be mad at you if he is to win this fight. Because any other boxer from this era, from this age, was not on this level. They weren't. You know, this is dope. This is the best boxing news I heard in a long time. Shout out to Karate Body. Thank you for the donation. Can't complain about this fight at all. The WBA should be on a line in this as a unification. BoxingWave, keep up the great work, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I will keep up the great work. And I'm glad y'all caught me right before I was going to leave the house. I just happened to be on Twitter, and y'all caught me at the perfect time because I would have been super late with this news, man. Shout out to everyone that is donating to the channel. And thank you if you are here. Everyone is here. We got over 200 viewers. Please smash that like button for me. Do me that favor. Smash that like button so we can get more viewers in here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, man, yo, we have so much to talk about, man. We have so much to... this is insane. I can't remember. Guys, help me out in the comments. When is the last time we got like a super shocking fight that we were not expecting and that was great? When's the last time that a fight just came out of nowhere and we didn't hear about the negotiations? Normally we hear like news, like rumors. Hey, you know, these guys are working out a fight. You know, there's some kind of room. No, this guy just posted a poster and yo, they broke the internet. Like, I don't know what the internet looks like right now because as soon as I found out, I set up my computer. But I'm sure the internet and social media, the boxing community must be going nuts right now. Like, I hope this is trending on Twitter. This is crazy. When is the last time we got news of a fight that we did not know was going to happen? It just popped up. Like, we didn't hear anything about it. The last thing we heard was Crawford possibly fighting Pacquiao, and we haven't heard anything since then. When's the last time? I can't think of the fight that I don't know. I can't even think of it. You know, I'm sure there's some out there that I just can't remember right now. But damn, is Pacquiao really 42? Is he 42? Everybody's saying he's 42. Yeah, he is 42. All right. He'll be 43 in the summer. Okay. Got you. And Spence is what, 31? This is crazy. Thank you, boxing gods. Thank you so much. Like, thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, this is how I see the fight going. You know, I see, again, if Pacquiao is going to win, I think Pacquiao is going to need some knockdowns. Because I seriously believe that Spence takes over the I think regardless of the outcome, I think Spence takes over the second half. The youth is going to kick in, the conditioning, the strength, the size. It's definitely going to kick in without a doubt. At some point, it's going to kick in. So what Pacquiao needs to do is similar to what he was doing with Keith Thurman. He needs to kick Spence's ass as much as he can the first 4, 5, 6 rounds. You know, because he's going to slow down. And if he can sneak a knockdown in there or two, he can get this fight. But when Spence puts on, he got to worry about survival. Shout out to Nerd Gen. Thank you for the thank you very much for the donation. And yes, excuse me. Yes, this could be a possible passing the torch situation. All right. Yes, depending on how this fight goes and plays out, you know. But thank you for the donation. I think in all, you know, that's the way I'm looking at it right now. And we definitely going to dig more into this later. But right now, in any scenario, I don't see Pacquiao outscoring Spence after 6 rounds. I just don't see it. you know, and if Spence, and as tough as Pacquiao is, it's very durable. All right, very durable fighter. Yes, he's been stopped before. All right, but there's points where, excuse the background noise, we're in New York City. I'm trying to think of all the fights that we had. Who did good against Pacquiao? Jeff Horn gave him some trouble. A lot of people feel that Jeff Horn robbed him. But Jeff Horn was a tough fight for Pacquiao. Jeff Horn had a lot of dirty tactics, used his size and bullying him. Not a lot of clean puncher in Pacquiao. But Jeff Horn gave him trouble. Okay. Tim Bradley gave Pacquiao trouble, but never had Pacquiao in any real danger. All right. Marquez, obviously, Floyd, excuse me. But who actually ever bullied Manny Pacquiao? Even though he was a smaller guy at welterweight all of these years, no one actually even came close to bullying him. Even Floyd, who I do believe that won the fight, outscored him or whatever. Even Floyd at points was the one that was the more defensive fighter. You know, he was the more cautious fighter. Manny Pacquiao was the aggressor of the two, right? This is going to be the first fighter that in a long time that I can see Manny Pacquiao losing to someone that is more aggressive. And that's what I'm worried about on his end. How is he going to deal with Spence's aggression, especially later on? Spence, he's going to stick that jab out there all night long. That's when he gets it. That's what he's going to get. You're going to get that from him, right? But once he gets into that dog mode that we saw against Kell Brook, all right, that we saw against Mikey Garcia, once we saw against Danny Garcia, that's the Spence that I don't know if Manny Pacquiao is going to be able to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Captain Crochet, thank you for the donation. Wait, keep the energy and continue to the craziness in my show tonight. Life's good with Pac-Man. Yo, this is crazy, man. I'm hyped. Yo, we really needed this. We really needed something like this. You know, we really needed a good news like this. All right. Southpaw versus Southpaw. That's another thing. You know, we got to go back. We got to go back and watch the tapes. You know, but we don't. The thing is, it's all about just picking. You know why? Because most fighters can't prepare for Manny Pacquiao. Whether you beat him, whether you make it competitive, or whether you make it close, I think Pacquiao catches everybody off guard, especially early in the fight, because of his speed. I think Floyd was one of the only few guys that were doing pretty good from early on, you know. But most people just can't figure him out, you know, because I think is his size and his length. You know, the way he can stretch and fully extend that straight left hand from far out and be so small, you know, and not really be a long-armed fighter. The way he's able to do it and the fact that he can do it so quickly, I think that's what really disturbs most fighters. And he can still fight really fast. And I said this in another video too. That's what makes him special. Like these freakish athletic fighters. I said this when we were talking about Roy Jones and Tyson, when I went on that live. I think Tyson, when we was watching those training videos last year of him getting back in shape and him hitting the mitts and him being at the gym and everything, and we were showing these little clips of him being able to be so explosive in his mid-50s, right? We saw those videos, and I'm like, see, that's the thing about Roy and Mike and even Lomachenko. These guys are so freakishly athletic that even when they age and when they hit 40, they're still more faster and explosive than most fighters, because most fighters just can't, they'll never be able to move that way. It doesn't matter what shape they're in and what age. Like Spence, it's no secret to his technique. You know, Spence does everything right, but he's very basic. It's just that what he does to perfection. He's a big puncher, great jab, you know, a dog fighter, could go to the body well, you know, very aggressive, right? But it's nothing like he doesn't have super speed or he doesn't have extremely crazy reflexes. So I think with Pacquiao getting in there, I think he's going to shock Spence a little bit at first because of the speed. You know what I'm saying? The speed and even the power. Because guys get in there and they get touched by Pacquiao and it rocks them a little bit. You know? Pacquiao had a lot of stoppages when he moved up to welterweight. Then when he stopped having the stoppages, he didn't have the stoppages, but he was still knocking guys down. Chris Algieri, how many times he knocked him down? Like 6 times in that fight. Keith Thurman dropped him, knocked him down. Jeff Horn, I don't think he knocked Jeff Horn down, but I think it was that 8th or 9th round where he like beat the shit out of Jeff Horn, nearly stopping him in that round. There are moments. Didn't Tim Bradley suffer some kind of foot injury just moving and just constantly being pressured, trying to deal and trying to match blow to blow and speed for speed and counter to counter with Manny Pacquiao? He hurt himself just trying to fight at his pace. I think it was the same thing with Shane Mosley. And I know Shane was past his prime, but he wasn't that old. Same thing with Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley got dropped. And Shane Mosley, he has a reputation for having one of the best chins. That's one thing. You say whatever you want about Shane. Shane always had a great chin. So when he got rocked by Pacquiao and dropped, yo, you could see the look on his face. Like, look up the fight. He was like, yo, what the hell just happened? Because whatever happened to him, he did not see it coming. So I think the shock value of Pacquiao and his speed and his power, I think that's what happens every single time. He just catches these guys off guard. And, you know, it is what it is. So yeah. Leo says, Wave, who do you think Bud should fight later this year, if not Pac and Spence? This is who I think. Since Pacquiao is definitely out of picture and Spence is definitely out of picture. I like Ugas. I like the winner of Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. I like Ortiz Jr. And I like Porter. I know Porter just recently said that he's going to move on. I don't know who he's going to fight, but Porter's moving on, right? So Porter's done. He's going to move on. Now, I believe that, I think the last time I checked, Porter was a WBO mandatory. So if he is the mandatory, it sounds crazy to me for him to say like he's moving on. But maybe Crawford is working on a fight, and maybe he is working on, I thought it was going to be the Manny Pacquiao fight, but it's not. All right. So maybe, you know, Porter should work on pushing that for the fight. If he's not, then he's not. I don't know. But I always wanted Porter. I always wanted Ugas. I don't really want Danny Garcia right now. It just, you know, I already know what the outcome of that fight is going to be. I want Ortiz. I want Porter, who are 2 top WBO guys. I want Porter, Ugas, Ortiz, and the winner, the undefeated, undisputed champion that moves up to 147 from 140. Those are all good options. Listen, I see a few of you putting Ennis in the comments. That's cool too. Would it happen right now? Absolutely not. I don't see anybody fighting Ennis unless he's a mandatory. If we being real, I don't see it happening. But I'm cool with Boots. I'm cool with Ortiz. All right. They at least both have one win against a credible opponent. So if they want to throw those guys in there, if they think they're ready, that's cool. My motto is, and I said this when it was Spence's turn, I said this when it was Bud, but definitely I said it was Spence. I think Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia should have fought Spence back then. Kell Brook, once Spence became your mandatory, you should have fought him right away, because you might have won that night, because you were a little fresher, you didn't get half your face cracked in, and you were still undefeated, and you were still fighting at 147. You had to worry about going up to 160 and then coming back down to 147. So you would have been the best version of yourself. So since you went and tried to lose to a tougher opponent, which is what you did, all right, I feel like Mikey Garcia did the same thing, going up to Spence. All right, we all want you to fight Lomachenko. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna go up 2 divisions and fight Spence. Okay, you made a lot of money, you took a big risk, but you weren't a favorite to win, and most of us believe that you was gonna lose anyway. You should have just fought the guy we wanted to see you fight. But I feel like Mikey felt like it's like a gentleman's duck. Shout out to my man Charles Edward Cheese, always supporting big to the channel, man. Appreciate it, man. What up, Wave? I told you, baby Spence versus Pac-Man. I got Spence by stoppage. However, if Pac-Man does this, he is greater than Money May and the GOAT. Crawford next 2. Shout out to Charles Edward Cheese, man. Always supporting the channel. What was I saying? I think it's a gentleman's duck. I'm going to go up 2 divisions instead of fighting the guy that's in my division that everybody wants to fight me now. And I think Brook kind of did the same thing. Then he had to come back and still settle the score because he's still the champion. And then Spence did what he had to do. You know, and Kell Brook boxed well, and Kell was winning. But he just wasn't as durable, and the pressure was on him, you know? And that's the Spence that I'm worried about with Pacquiao. You know, Pacquiao's an older guy. So that's how I feel about it, man. If this was if Pacquiao was 10 years younger, I would have picked Pacquiao to beat Spence. For sure. And the same with Bud. I love them both, but I don't think, me looking at what Pacquiao was doing back then and seeing what he's still doing now, like beating Keith Thurman now in 40, I would probably pick Pacquiao. But right now, as good as he still is, he's coming off a 2-year layoff. He's 42 years old. I think he's going to give Spence a great run. And it's going to be an honorable run. It's going to be a great fight, but I see Spence winning. Definitely winning on points and possibly winning by late stoppage, you know, but we'll see. We'll see. I think, I just feel, it feels weird because even though we've seen Pacquiao get knocked out, I never seen someone just beat down Pacquiao. You get what I'm saying? Because even when he got knocked out, he was annihilating Marquez. You know? This is crazy, man. I'm glad I came on, man, because I feel like I feel like this is this news just calmed me down some, like talking to y'all calmed me down a little bit, because I was just like, yo, I was jumping around here. Y'all see me in the beginning of this video, man. If you just joining this, make sure you smash that like button, man. But yo, all right, so moving forward, let's talk about the division now and what happens here. If Bud is to win his next fight, and the winner of this fight, the winner of the next Bud fight, because Bud is the WBO champion. Let's just say Spence wins. You know, we already know no matter what, Pacquiao's always going to be the A side on who he fights, right? So we know that for sure. But if Spence wins this fight, and there's only one title left, is no more debatable when it comes to the business. You know what I'm saying? It was debatable before. You know, I said I think the last video that I spoke on this Spence Crawford thing, I said worst case scenario, I think Spence probably should get a little bit more. And I said that because Spence is, the unified champion. I said Spence has more profitable on the pay-per-view numbers. All right. And I said that if it's not 50-50, I think it should be a little bit more in favor for Spence. All right. That's what I'm thinking. But now, if Spence is to beat Manny Pacquiao, it's not even debatable. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they should be it's not 50-50. And it's probably not even 60-40 in that case, especially if the pay-per-view is going to be as successful as it is, which it should be. It should be a very successful pay-per-view. It's no longer debatable as far as what the money is going to look like. All right. I think at the end of the day, though, Bud has to look at it like this, just like how we're looking at it in the Plant Canelo situation. Obviously, Bud has accomplished way more than Callum Plant. I'm not comparing in that sense, but I'm talking about, like, at least with Bud, he's going to fight Spence, and he only won one title. Now, we know that he was trying to fight all these other guys, but Spence is the one that has a lot more to lose if we're talking titles, right? Because Spence had to fight Brooke, fresher Brooke. He had to fight Porter. He had to fight Danny. And now he has to fight Manny Pacquiao. It's no more debating that no more. Say what you want about Spence. And at that time, I didn't like the cross in the street, the same side. I didn't like that. Because I feel like any fight can be made. That's always going to be my stance. When they had their face off in that Maurice Hooker behind after the fight, when they had that face off and they were going back and forth, yes, obviously, I think that Bud won that exchange because the man said he was going to take the easy route, and I wasn't feeling that. All right. But in 2021, if Spence went on to fight Danny, Porter, Brooke, and Manny Pacquiao, going into a fight with Bud, at this point, Bud is going to have to take. I don't think it should be disrespectful, because if Spence wants to be undisputed, which at that point he should want to. I mean, you got 3 of the titles. Do what you got to do, make the fight happen. But if Pac-Man wins a fight, listen, whatever you get, you get. Yo, if Pac-Man wins the fight, it's still Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao is going to be 3 belt holding, coming off a win against Spence and Keith Thurman. What? Yo, take whatever you could get, bro. Just be happy the man. We gotta come up with where we put Manny Pacquiao if he wins this fight. Can y'all help me out in the comments, please? Give me some kind of number. Where are we ranking him? Where are we ranking him? Hasib said Pac-Man wins. He's top 5 all time. I would like to speak on this, but I wanna do a little homework first, because I don't want to just, I think I would probably have to. I would have to rate him above Floyd. I know that for sure. I'm sure some. Excuse me. I'm sure some of you already got Floyd under Manny Pacquiao, and that's your view. That's your opinion. But because I don't want to come off disrespectful, because there's a lot of fighters from different eras that a lot of us are not fully aware of what they accomplished, right? But for a man, basically in his 4th generation, right? He's beating another possibly beat another generation unified champions and a pound for pound fighter at 42. That's great. And on top of all the other things that he already accomplished, having titles in like 8 divisions or whatever it is. All right. So yeah. Shout out to Blood Boxing's in the building. Blood Boxing in the building. He's true old school boxing historian right there. It's a difficult question. So I'm not throwing out a number today. I know a lot of you putting, top 10, top 5, top 3, and that's cool. Me, on the other hand, I would want to be a little bit more responsible with my pick, but just thinking off top, like, damn, that whatever you put him at, I think he should be definitely up there. Like, you got to mention him. He has to be mentioned, Now, I'm talking about official records. I know people are going to bring up things, allegations, things that they believe, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the P word, but you guys understand what people have said about Manny Pacquiao over the years. Now, if you're going to go that route, then that's on you. But I'm talking about official accomplishments, things that he actually did, his actual record, titles that he really won. All right. Pay-per-view numbers that he did, all that stuff counts. All of that stuff count on greatness overall. An icon. SK say Pac's still fighting because he needs the money. I mean, this is why I don't like when people say that. Needing the money and the money being available, like, that's like me saying, like, okay, like, I get a raise. I get the highest raise at my job that I can possibly get. Right? I don't want to work here anymore. But it's still available. I did my time, but I'm still working. Maybe I'm doing it because it's available and I don't got nothing to do. I don't know. I don't like just jumping. Maybe that's not the best example, but these fighters don't usually want to quit. Pacquiao loves this shit. I know Pacquiao loves to fight because Pacquiao was getting hit by Keith Thurman and he was laughing at him. Yo, remember that first round when Pacquiao was like against the ropes and Thurman tried to do like a combination and Pacquiao just looked at him and started laughing? And this is a 40-minute. He loves this shit. He's crazy. Yo, Pacquiao's crazy. He's bugged out. He is bugged out. But he's bugged out and he's crazy. And most of them are crazy. But he's crazy and he's great at the same time. He's at the top tier of boxers. So I can't just say he needs the money. Well, the money is there. If he's gonna turn down, let's say they offered him $40 million for this fight. If you got nothing to do, and right now you're on the off season as far as politics, and you are available to fight, what's stopping you of fighting? Maybe he has nothing else to do as far as money. Maybe he doesn't know what else to do. And I feel the same way with Floyd. I feel the same way with Floyd. Do I like these fights with Jake Paul and these YouTubers? No, I don't like them. But if they're willing to pay Floyd $50 million or $100 million to fight a guy that is on YouTube, why turn it down? If they're going to pay him $10 million just to wake up out of bed and go to Japan and fight an MMA fighter that's not allowed to use his feet and not allowed to take you down. You have a boxing match with a guy that is used to kicking people in the face. Hey, you come out here, 10 million. It's a quick 10 million. Thank you. The greatest says every boxer is fighting for the money. Name one boxer fighting for free. No one. You heard Paulie Malignaggi when he said to Keith Thurman, this is prize fighting. You dummy. He clowned Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman got schooled that day. because that's what it is at the end of the day. And that's why Keith Thurman is doing the same thing. You know? Oh man, I don't even know where to go with this, man. I don't know what else to say. I just hopefully we should get more details developed in the next. I'm sure even by tonight, because I'm sure the people that's making the reports are pumping out information, and we'll be getting more news within the next day or two. About the details. And I think the one detail that I want to know is what's up with the WBA strap. Because if the WBA is not involved in this fight, and I'm sure they would want to be involved because this is a lot of money. Why would they not want to take the sanctioning fee? Sorry, Ugas, but we got to take that back. He's champion on recess. And yes, we stripped him, but he's coming back and you haven't fought yet. So we got to take that belt back, because Pacquiao should fight for his belt, and Spence should be picking up a belt if he is to win the fight. He deserves that. Just like Bud deserved it if Bud was to face Manny Pacquiao. If Bud was facing Manny Pacquiao, I think that should have been a unification match too. And I said that before. No hating on Ugas. He's cool. I like him. But yo, take that belt. Take that belt. That's Pac's belt. That's Pac's belt that he won from Thurman. All right. So listen, yo. We got an undisputed fight tomorrow. Let's not forget. All right. We got an undisputed fight tomorrow between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez at 140. I will be here live tomorrow covering the fight. All right, we got a lot to talk about. There's more content I want to talk about. I want to talk about those two. I want to talk about Teofimo Lopez. I want to talk about these two moving up to fight Bud possibly. And I also want to talk about a little bit on the Wilder, Fury and all that. We'll talk more about that tomorrow because that got officially announced for July. So we'll talk more about that, man. Thank you for everyone that jumped in here, man. Crazy news, man. I can't wait till the story develops and we get more info. But I'm going to throw a post. Just make sure you guys be on the lookout. I'm going to throw a post and a poll. So we see how people view it firsthand. Who's going to win this fight? Is it going to be Pacquiao? Is it going to be Spence? Is it going to be a decision? Is it going to be a knockout? Is it going to be a draw? And you can't sleep on a draw. You can't sleep on a draw. Because if Spence does not stop Pac, if he doesn't stop Pac and Pac gain a good amount of rounds early, you can't sleep on a draw. You just can't. If one of those fighters look bad of the two, they may give him a gift. You never know. Spence is undefeated and Pac still has a name. I'm thinking it's the passing of the torch. I'm thinking that this is more of a dangerous fight for Pacquiao than the Thurman fight. All right? So you can't sleep on it, but I can't wait to put the poll up and see what you guys think. Shout out to Ultimate Fight Fan. Thank you for donating. Easy to say he's doing it for money, but he can still compete at very top and should warrant big paychecks. What is the pay-per-view number you think? A good question. I'm thinking 700,000. I just don't think it's going to crack 1 million. But it might. But I'm thinking the first number that popped in my head was 700,000. So I'm going to go with that. All right. So 700K. What do you guys think in the comments before I get out of here? Let me know. What are your predictions for the pay-per-view? What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments. Predictions. So I have 700K. Does any of you think it's going to hit over 1 million? I think Mikey and Spence did what, 350,000. They did something around that. 1 million buys. We got 800K. We got 1.1 million. 650 to 700K. Okay. The million. Yeah. 800, 900K. I got you. I think for the most part we're in the ballpark. I'm thinking no less than 600K and probably no more than a million. But I'm gonna go with 700K. That's my number. We can revisit this conversation soon. All right. But great news today, man. Oh man, this really helped my mood in boxing. I kind of feel a little down about boxing right now with the Tyson Fury and AJ falling apart. I felt bad that Taylor and Ramirez wasn't really getting any kind of real exposure. No one's talking about it. But this really blew my mind today, man. We really needed something like this. Like, this was a good one. Like, this here was the one, All right. Shout out Chain with Ice. I see you. What's up, man? All right, guys. Listen, I'm taking off. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll give you the time, the notification on when I come on. I will be covering a fight tomorrow. So I'll be here live. Make sure you guys come back. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you haven't already, also smash that like button on your way out. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow, unless something else crazy goes down tonight. All right, we'll see. See you in the next one. All right, peace, love.